Here we go again. Another episode. We're back.
We're back.
Good weekend.
Hey, good. Yeah. Busy weekend, to be fair. Mainly looking after the children.
Yeah, there's little problems.
Wife was away, so then I had to. Yeah. I
Oh, was
really
she
enjoyed
away?
it. Yeah.
When I was away, where did she go?
Wales, Malta.
So she had a little nice weekend
Yeah.
without you pecking her head.
Yeah. Got away
yeah.
with her mum, my sister, and some other family friends. They all went
Nice.
away together, which was nice.
That's good for her.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's brilliant. I encourage it, definitely. I said that to her.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that she is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that my wife is.
You've got to be careful here, aren't you?
Yeah, I fucking dug a hole already. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, like you want to look after your partner.
Yeah, definitely.
From just like a business perspective, you need to you need that support mechanism.
Yeah.
So a de-stressed, happy wife is an easy life.
Yeah,
that came off the tongue very easy.
It did, yeah. It sounds like you've been practicing that.
Yeah. I say it to myself every day in the shower.
Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and say it to yourself.
Bless her. I always wind her up actually, because I always say that Tom's wife Hannah makes him pack lunches.
She does, yeah. I'm very lucky.
She's got sandwiches and everything, and I'm not going to say whether or not Amy does consistently.
Consistently,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll send her that. Let me just.
She'll listen to the podcast. When this comes out in a few weeks, I'll get a black eye.
You will. You'll come on the next episode. What happened, Matt? Well,
walked into a door. If that has happened, she's lamped me.
She's lamped.
Yeah. Saved me. So, I hope last week was helpful to everyone. That kind of analogy between running and consistency involved for that particular sport, and if you do other like endurance or sport where there's like a measurable event where you can it's the same as business. Yeah, like that habit creation. Just thought in relation to kind of what's been going on in my life the last few months, that's notable, and it was that marathon wasn't overly pleasant, and actually by the time this comes out, I'll be about a week or so away from the next one. So staring down the barrels of that'll be fun. So this episode, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Like businesses, in my opinion, it's a bit of and I think we are recycling a bit of content from some earlier episodes at the moment, but I think it always has a different slant on it. Mm-hmm. But this, for me, it's about business conditions in the UK, but I want to just primarily talk about education and preparing people for entrepreneurship.
Good.
And then also talk a little bit about the bureaucracy of running a business, to do with red tape around company structures, tax, all these things, and how maybe it could be a bit easier.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want to go into Rachel Reeves and her budget, which will have been live and kicking by the time this episode comes out. We've done a few episodes talking about that, so we'll probably have a bit of a response to that. Probably probably New Year. We'll probably wait till January to see how things are reacted.
Something beds in.
Because a lot of the measures will then be coming in.
Yeah, they will.
A few weeks after. So, yeah, hopefully we'll be. We saw this morning about she's going after LLCs.
Yeah.
So, solicitors and I think was it GPs?
Yeah, solicitors, GPs, all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Which I'm just a bit like, what are those guys going to do? Right, they'll just put the prices up.
Yes.
So it's then if we're on a transaction that we're trying to complete or do something, we're paying solicitors. Well, they're just more expensive, which means then we need to make more money in the business. So the price to the end consumer goes up. It always.
That's all that happens. It gets
just
passed
creates
on.
Inflation.
Yeah, exactly. All that happens. It gets passed on.
All businesses go bust. That's the two scenarios.
Well, that's the other option.
Yeah. So it's complicated. Why the UK still doesn't get business? Why are we not business friendly in this country? Don't know. But UK business sorry, no, I'll start that again. We're not going to cut it because it's nice to have.
It's a nice, authentic.
It's nice to have the fuck up, Sim.
Yeah.
So British business fact of the week: the UK ranks. Morgan, where do you think the UK ranks globally for ease of doing business? And the source is the World Bank. So, where do you think we rank as a country in terms of ease for doing business globally? What position are we in? Are we in the top 5?
I'm gonna say 6 or 7. But then I'm looking at Matt's face and I'm thinking that maybe this is like a 9 or an 11.
Maybe you've got it right. Do you know what?
Should be top 10, I would imagine.
I'm gonna say 9.
Yeah.
Position 9. There's a lot of countries in the world. Are you sure?
Well, you got to think about the big powerhouses, surely.
What do you guys listening at home or on the treadmill or on the toilet think?
Yeah, say it out loud now.
Yeah.
Lock
Say
in
it
your
out
answer.
loud. Where do you think we rank? What position are we as a country? We are, drum roll, that's where Morgan adds in the drum roll.
He's got the drum
He's going
roll,
to edit it in. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. If he hasn't edited in, well,
There's question marks.
it's on Morgan, that one. We're in position 18th.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Behind Lithuania, Estonia, and Georgia.
Really?
In terms of, and this is the definition, for ease of doing business. So, like, how easy it is to conduct business in a country.
Bit depressing.
Which there'll be some data measurables behind that.
It's so hard to know though. Like, is the fact that it's harder to conduct business, does that have positive effects? Or there's so many different variables. How do we know if it has?
It's almost as if Morgan's been listening to a business podcast that's making him think in
that particular way,
analytical way, challenging the state. It's just fantastic.
Can I say I'm hooked?
What's the business podcast called that you've been listening to?
No idea.
The one that you listened to on the toilet. You were telling us about.
Yeah. British business with was it Tom McIlvenny?
Yeah, Tom
McIlvenny. Yeah, I'll take that.
It's a competitor podcast. We're going to eradicate it.
The Challenger podcast.
He started it right behind your back.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the short of it is maybe like disproportionately the position of where we are globally in our own heads is higher than the reality.
Yeah,
like Morgan said, position 6. You said top 10. If you'd asked me, I would go, yeah, surely we've got to be. I mean, I'm a bit more miserable. I would have said maybe top 20, but maybe I'm saying that because I know the answer and I like being right. I don't know. But it's a bit surprising. The flip side of it, like Morgan's saying, there's pros and cons. Like, so because it's a competitive and difficult marketplace, does that mean that the people are capable of running a business in the UK typically have a greater reward for doing so? Maybe, I don't know. But for me, my mindset is, I think I'm a capitalist. I want people to be in charge of their own destiny.
Yes.
I think employment is good. It has pros and cons, low risk, etc. But I know how great this journey has been for me and how great it is at the moment and how horrible it can be and how great it can be and like the ups and downs. And I want other people to share and experience that.
Yeah.
And I also think if you walk around the street, and I think Simon Squibb does a great job with this, is like he asks people what their dream is. What do you want to do? So many people have got great ideas.
Yeah.
But they either hesitate to start for fear or they make excuses as why they can't, or it's just genuinely difficult.
Yes.
Like,
get going.
I speak to people who they don't understand or they don't have the knowledge and expertise about business and structure, and like the fact that you write a case, you've got to do a tax return, a personal tax return. If you're operating as a sole trader and you generate X in profit, well, that you pay tax on all the profit regardless if you leave the money in, and like or however you run it, even though so you're on personal tax thresholds, and then like, oh well, if you do it as a company, there's benefits, but there's also negatives, etc. So people don't get taught that in school.
No, you actually don't. They don't.
You don't, and even business studies, which I did GCSE business. I think I got a D in it.
Yeah, I failed it as well. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Boring.
Yeah. It's got no.
What is it? What Nigel Farage says? He goes when the protester stands up. He goes, boring. Boring. It's become a meme, hasn't it? I don't know whether people like him or not, but that's funny.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel about business studies at school. Like boring.
Yeah.
No, just not. Typically, if you ask people, like I remember, and I wasn't really interested in business in terms of, I knew at that age I wanted to go into business, but I didn't really know what subjects to pick. I wasn't academic. No. I ended up leaving school with 4 GCSEs, being told most of the time that not necessarily that I'll amount to nothing, but the implication that, oh, well, it's going to be hard out there for you, Matthew, those kind of idle threats made by teachers based upon my academic performance. Now, business studies as a subject, like, was it highly subscribed? No. So for me, one of these things I just wanted to touch on was like education societally. Like, do we do enough about like, and can we force it? Maybe not, but are we doing enough in this country to kind of put business owners and entrepreneurs on a pedestal and saying these people are great, or are they demonized?
That's a good question. I think sometimes they are demonized. It can be it depends what.
Is it bad to make money?
I don't think it is. I think it's.
No, but how does society perceive making money?
I think a lot of people think it's evil. I think a lot of people think maybe it's all right for them. Like, look what they've got, and comparable to their current situation.
Yeah.
But that person's gone out and changed. They started probably with nothing anyway. They start the journey with nothing, how to set something up, and
yeah, you always, some people get a bit of a kickstart and all the rest of it, but typically people start with zero. So, yeah, I worry about the fact that business owners are a little bit like, oh, Tom runs his own business. Oh, he's got it easy because he's got all these people doing this job for him.
I don't.
Oh, I bet he.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to obviously defend it.
Yeah.
But the analogy is that people will look at you and but I think that drips down into the rest of society and education. Like education, the teachers tell you specifically, you want to get a good job.
Yeah.
Job.
Yeah. Careers advisors. Do you remember that? Did you have them at school?
Fuck off.
Yeah. Did you?
So, Matthew, what qualifications are you going to get? Oh, these predictions. Well, that limits your options.
Yeah. Limits.
So it means that these are the subjects that you should probably do. We need to send you to a college where you can learn to hold bricks and put bricks together and make a brick wall.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that.
That limits your options. That's a great thing, isn't it? That.
I remember the conversation, and the lady said to me, she said, and I said, I want to go to university, and she said, that's not really going to be feasible.
That might not be an option for you, Matthew. Yeah.
Fuck off.
That's a great thing to say to like a 14-year-old,
50, and then you've got all that anxiety and stress around not being good enough and all the rest of it. And I probably need to send that person a thank you card because it's probably made me partially who the person I am today about being driven and all the rest of it. But going back to it, I think it starts off with a little bit of how like entrepreneurs and business owners are perceived by society, drips down into education. But I do think education is a major issue in terms of like entrepreneurial spirit in this country. You get told from a young age, you need to go and get a job.
Yeah.
What job do you want to do when you're older?
Yeah.
Not many people say run my own business.
Yeah. What business do you want to start should be,
I mean, Morgan is from a family of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So his cultural, and my mum has always had a job. My other people in my family have always had a job. But Morgan, your experience growing up, you had the education system that probably was similar to our experience. But
yes,
were you told by your parents, like, was it suggested, or did they go, what about running your own business?
Oh, I mean, I was always going to run my own business, but I always had to do the qualifications as an insurance policy. So it was kind of like, okay, you should do these because that will mean you could do this, but it's you could do this, not you will do this. It was very much keep those options open. And I think the key thing that I got was the fact that I'm at school to learn, not to actually leave with qualifications.
Yeah.
But the fact that actually when kids are like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? And it's actually because by learning to actually get these qualifications, you walk out of school and then you can go and learn how to do anything. And so it's not necessarily what you even get from school in terms of the facts. It's not the recollection of the fact that that specific history date is in your mind forever. It's about the fact that you now have the ability to watch a video on YouTube, practice a task, repeat that task, communicate with people. I mean, I truly believe that the next wave of, of people in society that are going to thrive are the ones that are going to be able to write good prompts on it with AI.
Yeah, it's definitely going to evolve. But that parenthood moment where you were given positive encouragement to potentially be your own business, run your own business, perhaps, but be told very clearly you need to work hard at school to have a backup is important. For me, my experience was different.
Interesting.
So, but that's because perhaps my parent, my mother, she didn't have her own business. She was a great employee for the NHS. She worked really hard, very driven, very motivated, but didn't really get, I suppose, entrepreneurship. Her father was a farmer, so they're
entrepreneurial.
They're I suppose, inherently entrepreneurial. Her brother Mark, my uncle, who's my business partner, I suppose, or one of my business partners, he had a business, but probably not necessarily as entrepreneurial naturally as perhaps someone like me. But I was shit at education. I was shit at school. So I didn't have a choice. It reminds me, when you were talking then, my scenario, Morgan, if I were to describe it, it's a little bit like the episode where we entitled it Burn the Boats.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, life is a one-way trip.
Yeah.
Academically, I was never going to be a doctor or like a physicist, or I could have maybe done something with my hands, but I was never academically minded. And even those courses where I would have potentially had the opportunity to go and learn a trade, I literally didn't have my maths GCSE when I left school.
Yeah.
So I was failed by the school system, and I wasn't equipped with the right skills. I wasn't given the right conversations that could have happened and should have happened to facilitate and speed up the process towards me running my own business didn't happen.
What I find, kind of, if I can jump in there, something that I think is on the kind of same vein as what we're talking about here is, looking at kind of ADHD, dyslexia and stuff, is I've spoken to some people who have said that they can operate at a desk job with ADHD if they have meds. But if they were to start a business, they wouldn't dream of taking the meds.
No.
If they were doing something creative, they wouldn't dream of taking it, which just highlights this kind of idea behind, actually, there's all these things that are being put in place just to make people fit in these boxes, when in fact it's the highlighting that there is a different option, especially if you operate in a different way.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Why would you want to medicate against something that could potentially give you the edge on other people?
Superpower,
Yeah.
I mean, what was education like for you? Because you, your experience was probably slightly different. What was your educational experience? You went to uni, didn't you?
I did go to uni, yeah. I went to school over in Maxfield. Really good school. Really enjoyed it. But the only thing I really enjoyed at the school was the sport. And that's what it was all about, the rugby, the cricket and things like that for myself. Educational wise, in terms of like learning, I've always struggled with it. I am dyslexic. So that was horrible for me. Like, having to stand up and potentially read in front of the class and things like that. I thought, oh my God, please don't ask me to do that, because I won't be able to string what it says on the paper together. So educational side of it, didn't enjoy it at all. Struggled really. And then, I did go to university, but I had that like 18 months out where I went to be a trainee accountant. And I reckon that was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Because you were interacting, or like from a distance interacting with business owners.
I got to see inside, like, whichever businesses we were working on at the time.
Saw the numbers.
Saw these people turning into the car park in Bentleys and all sorts of stuff. I thought,
how the fuck have they done
that?
that?
What's this guy doing? Oh, he runs a transport company.
You can make money from transport?
Yeah, and I thought, what do you mean? Oh, he owns a company that's got moves freight, got wagons.
This is the fucking thing that infuriates me. Why are we not teaching people about how the world works?
Yeah.
We're focusing on subjects, but like, what about the businesses that run those and how people make money?
Yeah,
that's the thing that's my problem.
Yeah,
that's the main focus of this episode, is that there's the educational element of like, we're like, I mean, it's trendy now to say neurodivergent or whatever. We're just a bit fucking different. That's all. We're weird. We're weird. I'm definitely a weirdo. You might not identify as one, but I am a weirdo. I'm not normal for sure.
Yeah.
But the education system, it doesn't support entrepreneurship, and I think that's a major problem. So that then drips. My point is, it drips from there into legislation, perception of entrepreneurs. So like how people think towards business owners.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy with power.
Yeah.
And they're being coded from a young age to be employees.
Yeah.
So they have that natural resentment, I think, towards business owners, unless they have a family member that runs around the business, or the parent, and they get it, and there's that.
They can see the other side of it, can't they?
Yeah, or they appreciate and respect it, and sometimes I think the people that resent business owners have maybe had bad leaders.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So they might have had a bad experience with a business owner because most business owners are pretty fucking average.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality. So people listening to this, the fact that you're listening to a business podcast, you're probably a bit more susceptible to wanting to become better. So you're already in a better bracket, I would say. I mean, maybe try and find a better business podcast to listen to than this one, but scraping the barrel perhaps, I don't know. So yeah, I just, school teachers.
Do you think it's the school teachers?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to speak badly about teachers because I know there's good teachers out there.
Yeah.
And I know there's teachers that get it, but I also think they're not business owners or entrepreneurial people. I think almost like there should be, to teach business studies or whatever that part of the curriculum should be, it should be taught by an entrepreneur.
Yeah, who has run a business and understands it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that part.
Because I'll tell you what, if you put me in front of a group of kids who want to learn about business, A, I'm going to deliver a good course, but B, oh boy, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be entertaining. Probably going to have to close the fire door so the other teacher can't hear me swear. It's going to be good fun.
It's going to be real.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is fun.
It is fun, yeah.
When I worked at McDonald's, it was great. I learned a lot when I was on that graduate program, but it was fucking boring because you weren't in control.
But you knew, I imagine you knew, at that point, that's not forever. You're there, you can understand. I think they've probably got the best systems and processes in the world because they can imagine their nightmare with staff. People not to, well, you would have experienced it because you were a manager there, were you?
I was training to be a manager and then I was a manager.
Yeah. So you'll fucking 12 people I'm turning in today.
There's a difference between being a manager and a business owner.
Because
at that point in my life, I had been coded to be an employee.
Yeah.
And I was struggling to I felt this isn't me. I felt lost at that age, even though I had that and I was like, I'm doing okay. I felt lost because I didn't realize I needed to be a business owner because no one had told me that.
No.
I went through primary, secondary. I did go to university. I stayed an extra year at college and redid my GCSEs and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
What have you. Went off to uni. Again, at no point, there was one interactive moment where the landlord, the pub that I was working in, I could see Ian as being a real business owner. He'd built something he cared and nurtured about. And there'd been a couple of things where I'd worked for people, businesses, where I'd seen that, but I hadn't really thought to myself, I could maybe do this.
No.
I thought I need to get a job.
Yeah.
So it only really happened when I was very unhappy
at
McDonald's that I thought I'll go and work for my uncle. But then he gave me the space and the opportunity to solve problems. And that's my skill.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what my skill was until that moment.
Problem solving. That's what business is basically, isn't it?
But think about me as a business owner now.
Yeah.
The opportunity I give to people, the nurturing, the training, the development, the opportunities, etc. Well, it was an accident that I ended up doing this. How many people are like that in this country that could have been great business owners? Think about people that don't really fit in or conform to having a job.
Yeah.
Maybe if they were their own person and ultimately the book stopped with them, they'd care a bit more. They'd want to do it.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether there should be like, maybe we are like naturally there's more people that are susceptible to being business owners.
But there's not the opportunity.
Opportunity or educational opportunity.
Yeah.
Like the knowledge exposure.
Yeah.
That's my point. So when I saw this title, that was the main thing I wanted to talk about because I was like, hold on a minute. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing enough to stimulate that. So I think, the UK is hostile to it. Are there countries that are getting it right? I don't really know. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. We've said it before. Like, if you don't like it, fucking stop
Don't
listening.
listen. Yeah.
Don't fucking listen. Unsubscribe. Please, if anyone doesn't like it, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Please do that. Fuck off. We don't care. Or I don't. Tom might. Yeah. Is there anything that you would add to that?
No.
Like the whole hostility of being, that's my big thing is the education and the early years.
That's where it starts, really, isn't it? Because we're all going through the same system, basically, or similar to. You might go to different schools, slightly different subject, different teachers, but generally going through, the same process.
You accidentally discovered entrepreneurship. Your father is a bit of a business owner.
Yeah.
But again, you discovered entrepreneurship after school.
Yeah.
Via
Pretty
the
much.
accountancy and seeing
Being
all
the
that.
accountancy, seeing what is absolutely eye-opening. You're like, oh my God, the amount of money some of these companies were generating revenue and profits, I was like, this is what it's about. Like, that's the motivating factor for me when I saw that. I thought
The 2000s, the golden age of business.
yeah. I thought this is brilliant. Like, I need to have a piece of this. And yeah, then went off to university to further sort of do that degree, and then I could see what was happening outside that while I was at university.
But
Thought I want to get
importantly,
involved.
you weren't inspired at school.
No, definitely not.
Big problem.
Yeah.
So my singular purpose, actually, one of my things that I want to make sure is that Arthur and Matilda, at least as they grow older, they understand that you don't have to be a fucking employee. A little bit like what Morgan said, is that education's important, but what about creating something? Be a creator, do something. So, yeah, I mean, the other flip side of it is like the education, the red tape around businesses and structures, which I just think business studies is shit and boring. It's delivered by a miserable bastard. That was my experience.
Yeah.
So,
And you're exactly right. And then obviously working in that accounting practice, I could see the different structures of companies, like say LLPs. You know, we had like little PLC going off on there, but loads of limited companies. Sole traders, and you can understand the
charity structures.
How it all works and what the formation is and what the advantages and disadvantages are of that, and how it all ticks. It's like getting inside the heartbeat of a business. You can actually see.
You don't, in my opinion, you don't have to be an entrepreneur that is driven by profit. You can be an entrepreneurial person that's driven by change.
Yeah.
So you do see, I think, you see a lot of people that set up and run charities, early day charities.
Yeah.
They're driven entrepreneurial people that want to make a difference.
Yeah, but they've applied themselves and running that charity
in a different way. Yeah,
which is fantastic.
And they might earn a wage from it, but it's a non-profit. The profits always go back into the charity. Those kind of scenarios. So it comes in different forms, shapes, and sizes. Business, in my opinion, charity is a business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, we don't understand the mechanisms. No one knows about the charity commission and how, like, if you want to set up a charity, you've got to do this. Like, none of that shit is taught at school.
No.
Like, so I'd be interested to know more about internationally what other countries are doing. Who's the you said to me, because I did tell you the stat before we sat down, but you said who's number one.
Who is?
Well, yeah, that's an easy thing to do. Is surely we want to, like, and maybe the Treasury and lovely Rachel isn't the right person to want to go and ask what are the number one country doing in entrepreneurship.
What are your policies in education? How are you doing it?
All I know is that places like America, like, they have ups and downs, and like whether you like Donald or not, or whether you loved Biden or hated him, but ultimately they have fostered some great businesses over there. And right now, at the dawn of AI, they are at the forefront.
Yeah, they are.
And while that country's been in decline for the last 20 years, just like the UK has, this entrepreneurial like pivot with AI, it could catapult them back up there and retain them as a superpower and all the rest of it. So it really matters to countries, surely, and what have you. But I think we need to simplify things. We've spoken about tax. I think education's really important. I think the only thing I would consider as a suggestion would be that there should be free education available to people that want to start their own business.
Yeah, like mentorship from...
Yeah, and that's a way of giving back, and maybe this is a part of that for me, is trying to help other small business owners with not too much in return. All I'm asking for is you to subscribe,
a follow, a like.
Yeah, please, I do care. I'll take it all back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can all give back, we can all support it, but maybe central government should try and stimulate this a little bit. I know in Wales, we've got a friend that's got an ice cream business over there. The Welsh government, they offer grants to businesses, small businesses, to get them going, capital expenditure. To be fair to Wales, that's very progressive.
Yeah, forward thinking.
Cheshire East, Jesus Christ, to get them to come and clean to fill potholes in or do anything for the economy.
Not interested.
Not interested. Bunch of dickheads. Anyway, not a fan of Cheshire East Council. They'll come after me for that.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
They'll have a team. I'll be locked up, put me in chains, I'll go on holiday. I've said something bad. Censor me. We were saying before prison, like, it would be a nice little holiday, wouldn't it? You've got no outgoings.
Yeah. Well,
if you've got any assets, they appreciate in value the time you're in there. It's quite attractive. I might start tweeting some profanity about Rachel. Get locked up.
Yeah, get put inside. What would you get for that?
I don't know. A few years now. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
A break.
That'd be nice. A break. Jesus. Yeah, no, don't have to pay rent either.
No. It's all it'll all be taken care of.
All
won't it?
taken care of.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Anyway, right. That's that episode done, I think. So that's episode. That was episode 43. We're going into episode 44. The boring stuff that makes you rich.
Right, good, yeah, like that.
So quite a meaty one.
Yeah.
You've got to tune in next week to hear what we mean by that. And there's a great book called How to Get Rich by Felix Dennis, and I'm sure we'll make reference to that. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and check in for the next episode next week. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheerio.